Hey guys, welcome back to ED Figure Unboxing. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And today we're going to take a look at the Mafex Cyclops from X-Men by Medicom Toys. And I'm not sure what kind of deal Medicom Toys has been signing, but all of their announcement and releases so far has been home run in my opinion. Like, they only release characters that I want. I don't know how that's possible, but do let me know in the comments on what you think. And I didn't even realize this is like the 99 characters they've made already. So anyways, here's the left of the box, here's the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. And the last time I checked, or at least at the time of this video, they're gonna make Gambit, and Magneto is coming out, and there's some Batmans. Like, they're just so cool. But anyways, let's bust this thing open and see how we got. And here's the figure still in there, and the packaging looking really good. I think the accessories is pretty on point, especially the heads. And yeah, let's check it out. Alright, so here we have the figure itself, and my first impression on this figure is really good. Mafex has been killing it. It seems like they just keep on getting better and better with each figure they release, and this one is no exception. I like the way it looks, I like the way it feels, comes with a fair amount of accessories, and I love this design they chose. Do let me know in the comments on what you think, but I think this is probably the best Cyclops in the market right now, at least in this price range. And let's just take a close look at the figure. I do have some paint issues here and there, but it's not too bad. But in particular, this spot is pretty annoying. I can't seem to get rid of this. And the joints are nice and tight. In some cases, a little bit too tight, but yeah, pretty good for the most part. And I think what they have to focus right now is just make sure the QC doesn't suck, because I think other than that, they're doing a really good job. And yeah, let's check out the articulation. And for the articulation, let's quickly go over it from the neck down. But before we begin, I just want to point out that my neck joint over here is super tight. There's no way for me to move this ball joint without a shock oil. But yeah, the range is all there. I'm pretty sure you can move up quite a bit, move down quite a bit, and you can tilt this head side to side, no problem. And the shoulder, it seems like there's a pull out method. You can pull this out, give you a little bit more range, I believe. And you do have a ball joint here, and you can raise them up about this much, which is quite a lot. I quite like the design here. And you do have bicep swivel, can curl about this much, and you do get a hinge wrist over here. Let me show you guys quickly. And yeah, and for the ab crunch, you can bend forward quite a lot, but obviously the design here is going to be a little bit limiting. And for the leg, you do have pull down method here. Kick up about this high, bend about this much. Thigh swivel, side-to-side pivot, and toe hinge. And I believe that's it for the articulation. The hip design is not as good as, say, SH Figure Arts, but I think they are getting there. This is still a little bit floppy depending on how you're working on it, but yeah, it should be fine for the most part. And let's check out the accessories. And for the accessories, as usual, we will start with the default face, and they did a really good job here. And the gimmick here is you can take this off and change the lenses, which is pretty cool. And next up, we have an angry expression with the effect parts on the lenses, which is really cool. And like I said earlier, you can take this off and interchange them. Very nice. And lastly, we have this regular unmasked head, and it looks really good as well. And for the interchangeable hands, is really straightforward. We just get a pair of disposable hands and the hands for him to shoot out the beams. Very cool. And we do get some effect parts, and I believe that's it. They're very nicely painted and sculpted, but when it comes to translucent plastic, I still think SH Figure Arts does a better job. But anyways, let's check out some action poses. And for the size comparison, let us start with some Mafex figures I have around, and I think they look amazing together. They seem to scale very well within their own line, and yeah, looks like they scale with everything else too. And next up, we have some SH Figure Arts Dragon figures, and I think they look great. And lastly, we have some Figma figures, Amazing Yamaguchi Venom and Thousand Toys Dante. And let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, I think this figure is really good and I do highly recommend it. Again, I like the design they choose. The articulation is pretty decent, fair amount of accessories, paint job is really clean for the most part. I don't really have much bad things to say about a figure. And yeah, I think that's it from me. Do let me know in the comments on what you think. Mafex again has been doing really well. Hopefully they continue to surprise us and make us happy. And yeah, this is Eric. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.